For as long as I can remember, there's always been this innate force in me, this passion with horses. They've always been something that I could fall back on. They brought me everything that I needed. For the first time since we began rehabbing Charlie, just this day while I was brushing him, he started dipping his back again from pain. I was feeling really, really discouraged. I decided to continue on with the ride, just to see how he was feeling. My boot wouldn't even zip up, and I just felt like the world was after me. I was under attack. I'm so tired of horses being in pain, putting my whole heart and soul trying to make them happy and comfortable, but also having a horse that I can jump on and ride is all I want. So I was feeling really discouraged. He still seemed relatively comfortable and wasn't showing other signs that he had in the past from being uncomfortable. But also, his past few rides, he had just been racing around everywhere and just wanted to sprint everywhere. And so I thought, well, maybe because he wasn't really holding himself properly those few rides, he kind of sored up his back. So I was just really doing a lot of figure eights, trying to get him to slow down and listen to me, and trying to get him to collect, which he was really struggling with, which also made me wonder, maybe he is in pain. I don't know. But besides his reaction to the brushing him and him dipping his back and being uncomfortable, he actually was the calmest he'd been for a long time for this ride, and he did really, really well. He just didn't want to collect much. So I wish I could read into his mind. I wish I could see how he was feeling. I haven't been riding him very often. I've been trying to ride him weekly, but it's really been hard for me to find the time, as I've got 2 girls, 4 and under, and I've got another job and another horse that I'm training. So although I am working only part-time, my daughters take up the other time, so it's just hard to find time, and so I really question what our future looks like. I really debated putting in these clips of Coco. I really wanted to show how he was doing after around 90 days of training, and so my friend offered to take videos, and he was awful this day. He wasn't wanting to do anything. He was super stiff, and I think I was also rushing him because the sun was going down, because by the end of this ride he was back to how he usually was. I really didn't want to put these clips in at first, but then I kind of wanted people to see the reality of it all, because even as someone who trains horses, this happens, and it doesn't mean that I'm a bad trainer. It doesn't mean that you're a bad trainer if it happens. Some days are just bad days. Coco was terrified of this, but within honestly just a couple minutes he had calmed down enough that he was standing next to it. Luckily, my friend offered to come out and take videos again of Coco a couple days later, and so we could get an accurate reading of how he's actually doing. And he did much, much better this day. Coco's just going to be a trail horse, a pleasure horse. So I don't need him to look fancy. I just want him to be able to move his body. So if his owner does need to open a gate or move him in any way on the trail or anything, he can. So I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not looking for collection. I'm not looking for beautiful, gorgeous movements. I'm just wanting him to move his body parts. Coco also has the worst lope in the world, so it's always so fun. This was maybe his second day working on learning how to spin, and so definitely not perfect, but all we're looking for is progress.